bring FMA to everyone, so then we have a better understanding of what it is, and not just the American, but also the Filipinos.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen a change from the Filipino side? Like, have they opened up more to people who aren't Filipino in the FMA community?
Oh yeah, especially now with social media and YouTube, you could see a lot more foreigners going to the Philippines to train and learn.
Oh yeah.
And so they're more popular in Europe for some reason than like the Filipino grandmasters coming to America. So,
Yeah, Eastern Europe.
They love Filipino martial arts there. Like outside of the Philippines,
and they pay big money to do it too.
Yeah.
I know. It's like, what?
Yeah. My buddy who's going out to Germany in September, they paid him $3,000. He's like, how much is it going to take you to come here? He's like, well, with the flight and hotel, about $3,000. Like, no problem. He just sold them. Damn, I wish it was that easy in the States.
Right.
I was like,
no.
I should have said 5.
And they probably would have gave him.
I was like, man.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's especially in Europe. Yeah, you're right.
Why do you think that is?
Germany's another place
Yes.
that
They love Filipino martial arts. Germany is like another big hub of Filipino martial arts outside of the Philippines. Modern Arnis especially is huge out there. And it's just...
Oh yeah, they love the presses guys.
Yeah.
You know who's out there is Datu white hair guy.
Dieter?
No, Tim Hartman.
Tim Hartman.
Oh yeah, he's in New York.
Yeah, but they love him, because he does Remy's and NS stuff. I mean, that's all he ever preaches about. He was very instrumental in getting the Presses brothers all over the world. He was really their guy because he trained under them, and he pretty much became like their son, growing up, and so he was really, and he still is to this day, pressing their system.
Oh yeah.
And that's good. I love that. The sad part about it though, it's not a Filipino guy doing it. They're not, you know what I mean?
Well,
a lot of people that are pushing us out there are not
Filipino. And that's why I call him Kuya Mike Hiro, and he said like, don't call me GM. He's appreciating what me and my business partner is doing with FMA Pulse, because he said, you guys are Filipino descent, and we need more Filipinos like you to do this.
Yeah.
Because it's like we don't know what the intentions of these non-Filipinos are.
Yeah.
Because
Maybe that's why he won't talk to us, because I'm Mexican.
There you go. Damn you! I need a new partner.
You can borrow him for that interview.
Hey Mike, we're coming to bring this guy.
Hey man,
Are we good?
We're all compadres here, man. That's weird. Because going back to like the real estate company, a lot of them didn't know the connection between Philippines and Mexico.
Really?
They're like,
How do you
really?
not-
We're like, Philippines. Oh yeah, I think we learned in history you guys were colonized by Spain, and that was it. And I was like, you don't know the connection between Acapulco and Manila, the Acapulco Manila trade?
Yeah.
The trade.
Oh, even native Mexicans were taken to the
there,
Philippines.
and vice versa.
And vice versa. So, yeah, we share a lot more ancestry than people think.
Yeah.
Like, we have blood ties.
Yeah. I mean, our blood and spirits are tied together.
Beyond the Spanish.
Yes. I mean, the Spanish Armada is like 80% Filipino. It's like, hello. Did you guys watch Danny and the Santos?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure some of them didn't get back on the boat.
Yeah, definitely not. That's why bananas ended up in Florida, right?
And mangoes.
And mangoes.
And what people don't know though, like the first landmark of like Filipino migration was in New Orleans.
Really?
Yeah, they came
That
in
I
through.
didn't know.
Yeah, they came in through Mexico, and then it's similar. The humidity here in New Orleans is similar like the Philippines.
We'll stay here for a while.
Yeah. Oh, there's hurricanes. It's like the typhoon.
Yeah.
It's like, but I didn't know that either. I got there and I'm just like, wow. And it's an old city. Like, it's outside of like Chicago, New York, San Francisco. You walk around the French quarters and you're like, wow, these buildings are older than some of these cities. And
That's cool.
And I didn't have
They're
time.
still there.
Well, because like the hurricanes destroyed the original Filipino community there, so everyone disbanded.
Oh, really?
But it's funny when you find an like original inhabitant there, and like you see a Filipino with a southern accent, like
I like it.
New Orleans. I was like, hey, like,
That's gonna be a funny ass.
Dude, let's go there just to find Filipinos.
Let's go looking. We're gonna hunt you guys
interview
down.
that guy.
Oh, that would be a fun interview.
yeah, it's a trip. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll just take the breakfast combo number 3.
Would you like me to-
Longanisa with rice, please.
Extra rice. Make it garlic.
Oh, there you go. Wow, you really know how to live Filipino. I
Oh
like it.
man,
But
that
yeah.
would be hilarious.
Were you born in the States then, I guess?
No, I was born actually in Montreal,
Oh yeah, he
Canada.
was born in Canada.
Oh, okay.
But I came here when I was like 2-3
We
years
won't
old.
hold it against you.
So
It's
you're
okay.
Je ne sais pas français.
Dude, you're just
French,
so
too?
eclectic. This guy's blowing me away.
No, right?
I feel underdressed or underprepared.
You have a talented tongue.
Yeah, my only problem.
Oh,
Ooh. I wish all the ladies said that.
you're not putting it in the right place there.
Try saying the French alphabet next time. Spell it out. Spell it out.
Yeah, the tongue rolls better.
Actually, that's the Spanish rolling of the R's. Perro. Amorros perros. But in Portuguese, they can't roll their R, so they pronounce their R's like an H.
Yeah.
Like rua, the street, they'll say rua. So it's weird.
Yeah.
It's Texas.
crazy.
It's Texas. I'm just kidding, Brazil. I love you guys.
Merc.
America.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if I could find a way to travel, do interviews, and teach, that would be I'd be happy.
United Airlines.
Huh?
United Airlines. You get to give away half your hours because it's a union house.
Oh wow. Well, I'm scared about moving out here because I was just talking with my buddy from Ohio who moved out here for work. He said, right now I basically live in a hut. There is no kitchen. It's just a room, maybe like half the size of this ring.
Right.
No kitchen. There's a bathroom and a bed, and I'm paying $1,000 a month. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
oh my
that's
god.
pretty much what
I'm
it is.
scared of that, man. I'm too old for that stuff, man. I can't go back to living like that, like a starving artist again. I need space because I guess.
Equipment.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just like $1,000 for a hut.
Yeah. Pretty much. Or a room, depending on where you at.
I mean, yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
I missed my
Rent
chance. I
is
should have moved
insane.
out here in the early 2000s.
Probably. Who knows? Another one will come up. There'll be
What's
a
it like
bubble
over there in
pop.
Chicago?
It's
Almost the same?
just as bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
For a 2-bedroom apartment within the Chicago area,
Uh-huh.
you're paying about 20. If you're lucky, anywhere from 2,500 to 3,000.
Fuck.
Not including internet and
2-bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot better than here. you wouldn't get that here.
Surprisingly, I've seen a lot of California plates in Illinois. Like I guess a lot of people from here is moving to Chicago.
Actually,
and,
a coworker's sister, he just drove all her stuff up there too.
Yeah.
She just moved there like a month ago.
I was like, what's all these California plates called popping up in Illinois?
Yeah, a lot of people are leaving.
Well, there's still an
leaving
exodus going on ever since the whole COVID thing. A lot of people are leaving California.
Yeah.
A
Just
lot
the
of people.
cost of living.
Yeah, and many people are going back to Mexico. Although
Wow.
technically they're just crossing the border that was implemented on them. But we won't get into that.
That sounds like a long discussion. Let's pass on that.
It's like, I'm so bitter. Let me educate you guys. You don't know because U.S. history is not telling you the
We
truth.
didn't cross the border crossed us.
Dude, it was just like, oh my god, it was the whole thing. What were we talking about again? I was like, this
I don't know,
coffee-
something about it.
Hey, here let's talk about this for a second because I'm very curious because your show has been around for a little while,
Yeah.
right? Who's your best interview that you've done?
Well, according to YouTube, our best one was with GM Bobby Tabata. His interview hit over 200K
Oh, wow.
views.
He is, yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch it. We're gonna make it just one more up.
I've seen some of the physical stuff that it has on that.
Dude, Bobby's incredible though.
Yeah.
Especially at his age, he's turning 74 this year.
And he still moves like he's still back in the 40s or
Yeah.
even younger. Because I mean, it's just impressive how that guy does not age. Is he a vampire? I mean, he still looks the same as 20, 30 years ago.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he dances on weekends.
Yeah, probably.
Well, he's a man of many talents.
Oh yeah.
He could do karaoke. He could cook really well.
Oh, really?
He is actually the one that did my tattoos in Florida.
Wait, what?
So one of the students broke out his tattoo machine,
Uh-huh.
and so he blessed like the guys that were there. He like grabbed the tattoo gun, like bzz, bzz, bzz. I was like, dang, he could tattoo too. There's videos out there of him playing the piano. It's just like Filipino is jack of all trades. It's just
Okay,
like-
now we want an intro.
Damn.
So I have to
Yeah.
go talk to him.
But yeah, I mean, of course, if it's a well-known name, they'll get more traction in
Right.
terms
Oh
of
yeah,
views.
yeah, definitely.
But we want to promote everyone. It doesn't matter if you're a big name.
Yeah, and that's the same thing we do. We were mad at this one person, and he made me change my mind. Says it doesn't matter how you feel about it, just bring them in anyways.
Yeah.
Because that should have nothing to do with anything. That's your personal
Right.
thing. We're trying to put people out in front of the people, not for you. He goes, you know what? You're right. All right, let's call him.
Yeah.
We had him come in, so.
It took us a while to realize that that's what we were doing, but we do just want to put people's name out there, and even if it's not watched by many people, people will be able to look back.
Yeah.
If they search their
And
name,
research
they'll
them,
be
the
fine.
name pops up on the
Like,
on
oh
the
look, there's
search.
Grandma. We didn't know anything about that.
Because I know how social media works, and we know how things are done in the United States. Controversy, sex, drugs, and rock and roll sells.
Yes.
And if you're doing something positive, it's not going to sell for some reason.
Exactly.
Like if we started having girls in bikinis doing FMA, then
oh, you get
all these millions of views, and then people are like, I want to sign up.
What if I start doing it in bikini?
No.
Is that gonna work? It would be controversial.
Very controversial. I'd have to shoot myself on screen. Like, no. done.
Warning: contents may be graphic, unsuitable for some viewers.
And that's the thing too. Like I take the Joe Rogan approach. Like if there's a negative comment on any of the videos, I just ignore it.
Yeah, you have to.
And the thing is, like, I try and look at these people who are talking trash. They have 0 to little subscribers on their channel. They have
Right.
no videos posted.
Exactly.
So I don't know who these trolls are, but I'm just like, I really don't care.
Well, and you can't. I've never let anything fortunately, we haven't had that many bad things.
But we have a small niche of people.
Yeah, and the thing about our show is we don't talk about controversy. We talk about how the person grew up, where they came from, what they're doing in their life, and how do we get to that point.
Yeah, it's the person, not what they do.
We
That's
don't
important.
If you ever get the show, you'll find out even though it's a martial arts thing, Kali, right?
Yeah.
We hardly talk about that.
It's
it
a weird
pops up.
transition.
Yeah.
It pops up, but that's not our focus. It never has been.
Yeah, that's why it's like we called like our channel and our website FMA Pulse Filipino Martial Arts because it goes by 3 different names: Kali, Arnis, or Eskrima.
Exactly.
And
above that is just FMA.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's like with that, people don't know because there's 3 different terminologies.
Right.
They couldn't agree on just one.
Oh, never. It's
and-
Filipinos.
And we've interviewed a lot of people where, especially the ones from the Philippines, they're like, Kali, that word does not exist in the Philippines.
Nope.
They said that's a Filipino American invention.
Yep.
So I don't want to
And
get
it didn't
involved in
even
that.
come out till late.
Yeah.
That's relatively a new term.
Yeah.
Hence why the Filipino Americans used it for their system.
Kali.
Kali.
Well, I was thinking more of the Indian Kali. He's a god, and she's
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
She's
It's
a
the Indian
goddess.
she's a goddess.
of war.
Yeah.
But that's what it is. That's what it is to me.
I think it
Yeah.
also means wrath
Yeah.
or something like that. So that is a good one.
Although Inosanto gives it a whole totally different meaning. It's Kalis and this and that. I'm like, okay, Inosanto, you're the only one who really knows about anything because you're the guy. And he's right. I did the research and okay, that's why he's saying that, because it is on paper and it is, Kalis.
Kalis.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because like Kalis, they know the word Kalis in the Philippines. Because
Yes.
one person we interviewed, he said after Guru Dance and Asana book came out, he was like interested about Kali, and he did a pilgrimage throughout Central and South Philippines, asking people, "Have you heard of Kali?"
Yeah.
And they're like,
Nope.
"No, Kali." They're like, "Kalis? Yeah, we know Kalis, but never heard the word Kali."
Yeah.
And I was talking to a friend of mine, and because he's from Manila, and he's saying that word does not exist. So he said that's more of a Phil Am invention. So I know this is
Yeah,
going
the
to
word
cause
Kali
controversy.
itself, yeah, Kali itself is.
So what's kalis?
So Kalis
Kalis.
is this actual sword, the blade.
Okay.
He said Kali is equivalent to the Chinese fortune cookie.
Yeah.
If you go to China, and
You
you
don't
ask
know
for
what
a
it
fortune
is.
cookie,
No idea what it
like,
is,
what
yeah.
the hell are you talking about? That's
It's made in San Francisco.
yeah, it's a
Yeah,
San
I know.
Francisco.
It's a San Francisco convention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
So, we just want to give, Kali is a big word, especially when you're doing Google searches, Filipino martial arts.
oh
Kali.
yeah, dude, I get a lot of Indian stuff. Yeah.
And it is what it is.
Type in Kali
So-
Khan, as you're going
Yeah.
to conversation. It's this Indian lady. She
Yeah,
started
Kali
out some-
Conquest.
Yeah, right. I was like, what the hell? Yeah, you did it too. I'm like, what the fuck? I couldn't find Kali Conversation. I kept going to her. I was, who is this lady?
Well, yeah, it's that's why we just remain neutral. It is what it is. It's what's going by what these 3 names are.
Right.
But even there's like people that'll just nitpick. Like,
Yeah.
there's people who spell screamer with a K, and then there's a screamer with a C.
Yeah.
And then one guy's like, it's not FMA, it's PMA. Like, PMA, Filipino martial arts. Like, oh my god, you can't win.
Yeah, no, not at all.
I was like,
Oh yeah, I guess it's not time to try to unify all that. today.
And that's why it never will be, I think.
You think so?
Well, no, because,
I hope
okay,
so.
like,
I
the
hope
people
you're
in
wrong.
Mindanao, which is more the Kali people,
Yeah.
versus the people who are in, like, Bohol, Visayan area, they don't like each other. I mean, right off the bat. You try to get them together, they're always going to fight. And then the people in Manila, which is the Arnis stuff, which is the more modern, which is the Preston brothers and stuff. Again, they're all different factions.
Yeah, and all the guys that teach that stuff are in America.
There you go.
pretty
Or Europe.
Europe. It's like, who's
But
gonna
that's crazy though, right? I mean, because I've never seen a group of Filipinos get together and be unified in anything.
Even within
Whether it's a
families.
school of anything, no matter like organizations, right? When they used to have back in my days, they would always have the Filipino pageants, right? Because it was all about money. But even in that organization, they would have to have 50 people on the board of directors, and they would just battle about as to
money.
what
Who
color
got the most money?
about what color we're going to wear for the pageant. I mean, just bullshit like that, But as long as it made money, we're all good. But if you had any kids, the girls all had to be in the pageant, no matter what, whether they're ugly or not. And then the way the girls would win is their
Super sexy.
parents or relatives
Right.
would throw in enough money. So whoever had the most money in that family organization, that
Would be the
clan,
winner, yeah.
was going to be the winner.
Yeah.
It was all that. It was like,
Well, I mean, if you look at history, I don't know if it was MacArthur or another historian saying, like, because of the nature of the Filipinos, like the only way they would unify is if they only had a common enemy. That's the only time that they'll unify.
correct.
But it's like they're fighting amongst themselves.
All the time.
Yeah,
That's
I
it.
think that's true about everyone.
So I'll
I don't
tell you,
think it's just
I'll tell you a
Filipinos.
scary thing about Filipinos, right? When I was in the Philippines back in, I guess, 2001, right? They had gotten the distinction of being number one. They were like, "Yeah, we're number one." I go, "Well, what are they known for?" He goes, "For corruption." Yeah, I was like, wow.
Drink some more.
I was excited by that. I'm like, "Holy cow, you're happy?" He goes, "Yeah, at least we're number one." I was like,
That was
"That was
Really?
seriously, yeah." It was. I was just like,
Wow.
"Holy shit."
And it's just the geography of the Philippines. It's hard to unify islands, especially you have
Oh, yeah.
7,000 islands.
how do you say that word?
Archipelagos.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, it's like if I give this example once, like if Mexico was shattered into 7,000 islands, do you think it would be unified as a country still?
It's not unified now.
Yeah, the cartels, these guys and those guys, they're all.
You kidding me? Dude, even the small town I come from, there's this big thing with the native people that live in the periphery of the town that there's no unification. I don't know.
It is what it is.
It really is, sadly. And if you have the money and all that, then you kind of live above it. But the rest of us don't.
Yeah.
So I definitely appreciate what you're doing and what you intend to do with your show and bring that into light so we can all kind of just get on the same page.
Yeah.
And then honestly, inadvertently, because we did not plan any of this shit out,
Ever.
we started collecting a group of people that are very like-minded in the sense
Yeah.
that they want to create that common language, regardless of what system it is, what your lineage is, to be able to say, okay, I'm learning from you today, I'm learning from you today, and we can get that across without the egos of like, whoa, I'm a grandmaster, it should be done this way. Well, I'm this, that, it should be done that way. No, this is the correct way.
You know
None of that.
you know who's doing that really well, and because you brought up his instructor's name.
Oh, Art, yeah.
Art Gonzalez. One of his students, Mike Cardenas.
Yes.
In Manteca.
This
yeah.
guy will unify everybody if he could. It doesn't matter what system you do. He'll put on seminars.
Oh, coming up
that
in
are like
November.
5 to 8 different instructors from different systems,
Mm-hmm.
and have them all come in under one roof. It's amazing what he does. I mean, Mike,
Great food,
good on you.
raffles, November, I forget the date exactly, 5th?
November
So
5th.
November 5th, this year in Manteca at the VEA, he's going to have another collaborative with about 8 different instructors. So the list is out, keep an eye out for
But
it.
who does
and
that,
beat it.
right? I mean, how cool is that you get a smorgasbord of martial arts? under one roof, and everybody's having fun.
Some of the
Yeah.
coolest people. We've met some of like the nicest individuals, people that we otherwise would probably have never met
Yeah.
at his seminar. So it's really cool.
Well, it's also a different generation now too, because
Oh,
I've heard the
yeah.
stories
Like
of